What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. So today we have a Wayman who is on the mainstream media sharing her story about how she was bored in her marriage and she wanted to go out there and explore. And I just want you guys to realize how much she's being celebrated by all of the women in the audience and how she's being celebrated by the host, and everyone's just treating her like, oh, wow, girl, that's so cool. You got to go out and experiment with other wieners while you're married. Oh, that sounds so awesome. And this is like all of them, man. All of women, 99% of them are either not gonna have a thought phase, right? They didn't have a thought phase. So they get married as a virgin or get married with maybe a 1 or 2 body count. So no thought phase, get married, and then regret not having a thought phase, and they want to go back. They want to go live their life and all that stuff. Or that's one type of woman. Or you're gonna have a woman who has a thought phase, gets married, and then wants to return to the thought phase, right? So at the end of the day, they're basically all thoughts, okay? So they either regret that they weren't a thought and then they go be thoughts, or they miss being a thought and then they go be thoughts. So let's check it out.
Our next guest is a woman who was married when she decided she needed to sow her wild oats. Robin Rinaldi had been married 9 years when she asked her husband to consider an open marriage. He agreed, and they spent the next 12 months having sex with other people. Robin has written about the experience in The Wild Oats Project, and she's with me now. Robin, hi.
Hi.
All right, so unlike our other guests, you didn't start...
And notice that also, like, all the books that make a lot of money with women and stuff like that, all the books that make a lot of money, it's always, what is it, like 50 Shades of Grey, stuff like this, The Notebook, like all the media that women like. It's always that they're cheating, that that there's this guy from work and, her boring husband, or, there's a guy somewhere, I don't know, guy at the gym, guy at the supermarket. There's a guy somewhere, guy at the mail, post office, whatever. That it's always like a guy that they're lusting after and they're secretly, wanting to be with, but it's always like a story like that, right? Or what is it? 50 Shades of Grey is like this billionaire guy that totally dominates and controls her and stuff like that. So this is what they love. You guys need to accept this. You guys need to stop looking at them like they're sugar and spice and everything nice. And I found the good one who doesn't yearn to go be a thought or isn't a thought. They're basically all the same, bruh. Okay.
Start off in an open relationship.
That's right.
So how'd you spring that one on your husband?
Well, much to the word of our good doctor here, we did it the wrong way. We did it at a crisis point in our marriage, and also at my midlife crisis point. So it was kind of like a perfect storm. We had been talking about having children for several years, and he decided no.
Yep.
And then I was 42. I'm thinking, I have no children. I'm not going to have them. I've only had a couple of lovers because we had been together 20 years.
You met him when you were 25?
Yeah. And I thought, I can't go to my grave like this. I need something, And he was pretty open-minded, and he actually decided to get a vasectomy. And I think this was kind of his compromise with me to let me have a little bit of time to process that and do a little bit of my sowing of my wild
Now,
oats.
prior to that moment, did you believe, I am deeply in love with this man, we are connected, was your sex life good, if you don't mind me asking?
It was, and I was in love with him. Of course, we were together 18 years, and anyone will tell you after 18 years, it's not.
It was good and you were in love with him, but you wanted to go bang other people, right? Look, this is the unfortunate truth. If the fact of the matter is that she's saying that to virtue signal. Yeah, I was so happy, but it was just like, we're trying stuff out. Women love to just lie through their mouths to virtue signal and not seem like they are HOEs or 304s, whatever. They love to lie to virtue, to show virtue, like, I'm not like that, but this happened and that happened, and the one thing led to another, and yada yada yada. But the truth is that if you are in a long-term relationship or marriage, especially today, anyone who's got married like after 1980, okay, you are participating in a humiliation ritual, man, because if it isn't that you're a slave to them during the relationship or the marriage, trying to constantly keep this person happy, and nothing you do keeps them happy. If you're not a slave that way, you'll be a slave for her after the relationship is over by paying her child support, alimony, all that stuff. A lot of guys, not every guy, but a lot of guys are slaves to women even before getting into a relationship, by constantly chasing it, where to get it, where can I find girls, this, that, dating apps, trying to constantly talk to them. And look, I am not against being a social person. I am not against getting some VAG. I am not against having a fling type of thing, But, man, do not be a slave to it, trying to constantly get it, how to talk to women, this, that. Don't be a slave to them in that way. Do not be in a long-term relationship or a committed relationship because you will be a slave trying to keep this B word happy. And eventually, over time, you guys may have an amazing, beautiful 3 years. And then after that, you are just a slave and a dancing monkey trying to keep her happy. And then if it doesn't work out, you're going to be a slave for her after the relationship is over. All right, so
rainbows and roses all the time.
Yeah.
And we had our issues. But I would say we had a pretty decent marriage. But we were very hung up on this kid issue. And
Yeah.
I was kind of starting that perimenopausal crazy midlife ride.
Right.
I think the ladies in here probably know.
No, I don't know. Asking for a friend what that's about. So you decide not to move out, but to get your own apartment, and you stayed there when?
It was more like a room, but I would be there during the week, and then we'd be together on weekends. And during the week, we were both allowed to date and basically see other people. And then on the weekends, we didn't want to break up.
by the way, if there's a guy out there who's dumb enough to have an open relationship with their girl, just know that it doesn't matter how good looking and charming you are, all right? She can run through bodies, okay, way faster than you can. So let's just say, hey, let's open up our marriage, let's open up our relationship. By the time that you get 3-4 women, all right, a nice few layups, right? She can run through 20 dudes in that same period, right? This I don't participate in none of this crap, okay? This is why MG+0W is the only way. Once again, I'm not against a fling. I'm not against, some VAG falling on your lap, you taking a little bite and then going back to being single and peace, quiet, freedom. I'm not against any of that, but this is what you're in for. If you're not in for getting divorced for all your stuff, if you're not in for, relationship drama, you're in for stuff like this.
We were trying to bend and not break.
Yeah.
We were trying this instead of going straight to divorce or cheating. So it was that's the way we put it.
So can I just ask you, the first night you slept with another man?
Yeah.
What was that like?
Wonderful and terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you
Look at all the women in the back. They're all geeking. Oh my God, jealous. Oh my God, I want to do this too. This is what we're dealing with today, dude. They're addicted to excitement. They're addicted to feelings and excitement and in living life and experimenting. Women are addicted to this type of stuff, right? Because this type of stuff stimulates emotions and they are slaves to their emotions. So if men are slaves to the VAG, which you can choose not to be, while you're following her, she's following her emotions. And her emotions, they change from one instant to another. The things she likes, tomorrow she doesn't like them. The things that make her happy, tomorrow don't make her happy. This is 99% of them, man. And if you are going to go through failed relationship after drama to try to find that needle in a haystack unicorn, okay, that's just bad strategy. That's like, oh, I'm gonna keep playing my financial strategy for independence, right? Financial independence and financial freedom is I'm gonna play the lottery. I'm gonna hit the lottery.
With someone for 18 years, and I've been a very monogamous person. I kind of called myself a good girl, like that kind of type of girl who is always trying to get straight A's and please everyone. And so it was a lot of emotions the first time.
Over the course of the year, how many people did you sleep with?
12.
And were they all men?
No.
Oh, bonus.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I had a year. I had to get my bucket list done.
You know what's crazy? When women want to live their life and explore, and who cares what the consequences, who cares about anything, they're celebrated. But if a man is selfish and a man decides to want to do the things that make him happy and the things that bring him fulfillment, oh, you're a jerk, you're an a-hole, you only think about yourself, all right? As a man, you're expected to sacrifice for others, okay? Be a lackey. And women get to do whatever they want. And they're celebrated. Do whatever you want. You want to be a thought? Be a thought. You want to be married? Be married. You want to be in a relationship? Be in a relationship. You want to be LEZ? You want to be in the LGBT? Do it. If you're a woman, do whatever you want and you're celebrated because you can't criticize women. And once again, probably in personal settings, okay, women get criticized, okay? Because this is something a lot of people don't realize. Like, no, the other day, my aunt, she did something and the whole family was scolding her and criticizing her. Yes, probably in personal settings, women, they hear it. But in general, in the media, in academia, in the entertainment, and anything women do is you go, girl. And who cares about anything else? Who cares about society? Who cares about children? And this is just the reality, man. Until we have a government and a society that is based on what's best for family, not what's best for men, not what's best for women, what's best for families. And a family is a man and a woman and children. Anything else is not a family, okay? Until the government and society and things like that are based on what's best for families, marriage is just it's just the dumbest thing that a man could do, okay? Because today we live in a society that focuses on what's best for women, right? And you will become a slave to her, paying her forever.
So how many men?
10 men and 2 women.
10 men and 2 women. Okay, so how is that?
But there was hardly anyone before that.
Right, that was the whole point. Her numbers were so low. She wanted to live a little. How is the situation with because you're not a lesbian. You were kind of just trying it.
Right.
So how did that go?
I'll tell you, the first woman I slept with, I thought I might be a lesbian because I thought, oh my God, this is the problem. I'm a lesbian. They know exactly what to do. But yeah, it's really good. But that wore off. I realized that, romantically, emotionally, sexually, like that's a whole thing.
Yes.
And I'm heterosexual.
Yeah. When your husband and you got back together on the weekends, how was that?
Well, we didn't get back together and process everything.
But you knew.
Of course, we knew. And I'll tell you, it was strange, but I also have to say, after 18 years of, monogamy, routine, domesticity, all the good things that can also become a little rote, knowing that another woman had been on a date with him that week. Kind of perked me up toward him a little, like, I better get my game on, you know? And he did that too.
This is the way I feel when I...
There you go with the mainstream media giving out some red pills. Okay, so when she thought, okay, this is what happened. She opened the marriage and she thought, he's not gonna get anything, and I'm gonna be able to, run through bodies, run through wieners. Okay, I'm gonna be able to, rack up the body count. And he's not going to get anything. And then once she saw, holy crap, wait, hold up. He's getting girls too. Now she's like, and that's just a red pill. Women are, what do they call it? Like, once they see that another woman likes you, they like you too now. And, competition, he raised the competition anxiety. And that's just reality, man. Why are they like this? They say like, oh, how do you get a woman? Oh, you got to show her that you can get women. You have to have a woman with you to get a woman. So I have to have a girl to get a girl. How am I going to get the first girl? And that's just the way women work. Okay. If another woman likes you, now they like you. Or if you don't like them, they like you also. Cause you're showing higher value. Like, I don't like you, girl. You're beneath me. And they're like, oh, please. They love to be treated like crap, and they love to have like the approval of other women before they do anything.
See the other women looking at my husband playing tennis.
Exactly.
Those are the best nights for Doug. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, exactly. It kind of spiced things up a bit, at least at first.
And we're back now with Robin Rinaldi, who tried an open marriage with her husband back in 2009. One of our audience members wants to know how you met these men.
Well, it was before Tinder and all that, but I put an ad on nerve.com, which was a dating site, and I laid it all out. I said what was happening, that I was married. And if you put an ad for men saying you're married and you can't get involved and you just want sexual experience, don't worry. They'll answer it.
It works out well.
Yeah. There's not a problem.
Okay, but ultimately there was a problem
Yes.
with your marriage. So
Yes.
you decide after the 12 months, you're going to get back together, you're going to try monogamy again, and then
Yes.
what?
We did that for several months. It was a real transition. It's like you've opened the box and then you're trying to jump back in the box, and the box isn't the same anymore. We were working through it. My husband had a girlfriend at the time. He kind of got involved.
Which was against the rules. You're not supposed to form an emotional attachment.
Yes, but I broke rules too, just so we get that clear. But, that was kind of being processed out, and, she kind of took that okay. And then a man that I had met and really kind of fell for, and we cut it right off because of that, got back in touch with me several months later. And I ended up leaving my husband for him, much to my guilt to this day, honestly.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, your husband consented to this.
Yes, he did. And he's with someone now, and I think they're actually very well suited for each other. We're friends, and it's all worked out.
You saw how they were ready to jump on the man, like it's the man's fault. This is just the way their brain works. Okay, so she said, yeah, but it didn't work out. He found someone else, and then she was ready to say, why? Why? He consented to this. That he's a jerk. How could he? And then it was like, and then she had to go and say, yeah, but I tried with someone else also, and I regret that, things didn't really work out and blah, blah, blah. But they were ready to jump on the guy, okay, after she went out and was a turbo thought, and then came back to her marriage, and he was like, oh, okay, fine. I've been bored in this marriage anyway. I could go out and get some tail, fine. They were ready to jump on him like, how dare he not take you back after you slurped on a whole bunch of sausage.
But I still feel that I don't know, maybe because my biggest fear would have been to have been left. I still feel that it hurts to hurt someone that you love, but that is the way it turned out, and I'm still with that man to this day, and of course I'm totally monogamous again.
You are?
Yes.
So you got a divorce? Did you remarry, or you're just
I'm not
together?
remarried. We're living together for a long time now and monogamous.
This is, it's so fascinating because we've been having discussions during the commercial breaks, and most of the audience is like, right? But there are a few who feel differently. Our experts are still here, Terry and Stephen. Is there any sort of a number on the percentage of open marriages that make it?
I don't know of any information on that. I know that about 3 or 4% of people in relationships in the U.S. and Canada report that they're in some sort of a consensually non-monogamous relationships. That includes open relationships.
3 or 4% are in a consensual non-monogamous relationship.
Yes.
Can we just get a shot of the audience? I'd love to ask you, how many of you would be open-minded to trying one of these kinds of things? Go ahead.
I see
2 dudes.
The reality is that, with a lot of these polls and a lot of these, surveys and stuff like that, a lot of people aren't too honest. But I guarantee you the majority of dudes in relationships today are in an open relationship that they don't even know about. So women, they'll start off cheating on you emotionally, right? Just talking to the guy, just seeing him, and then it's slowly preparing the monkey branch. A lot of times what these guys in long-term relationships and marriages don't realize is that once a woman pulls the plug and divorces you or breaks up with you and, tries to clean you out and all of that, she already broke up with you in her mind 6 months ago. She's been preparing your replacement, preparing the monkey branch, so, you're in an open relationship. You don't even know it. There's obviously a lot of physical cheating going on from both sides, but I would say that there's more emotional cheating from women. Okay, with the guy at work, guy at the gym, guy somewhere. I don't know. They're laying down the foundation and setting up the monkey branch. They're always doing that. Every woman, 99% of them, has 1 foot in the relationship and 1 foot out. Okay, this is all of them. This is just something you got to accept. And the thing is that they're going to pull the plug when you think everything is fine. What? You were unhappy? What? I thought everything was fine. Yeah, that's how they are. And then, boom, the monkey branch is already set up.
2 guys. Okay, yes, 1 woman. And how many of you would say, no way? No way! Shouting it loud. Dr. Snyder, are they wrong? Have we been sort of raised to believe something, that culturally is just the norm?
Monogamy is the dance we're all taught to do. And like everything else, probably part of this is biology, because we're wired for pair bonding. We're that kind of species. And culture amplifies it, and it celebrates it. So the reality is that people are different. There's some people who this really works for, and they're happily monogamous. And other people, they kind of know in the back of their mind that I could do it differently.
Mm-hmm. It's funny, because I talked to my husband, Doug, about it, and he said...
You know what's funny? That even though supposedly a lot of people don't agree with her, because once again, you can't trust women. They lie to not make themselves seem like they're HOEs. So, but what's crazy is that not everyone is even though they supposedly disagree, they're not stigmatizing, booing her, making her seem out like she's crazy, making her seem like, her wants and needs and desires are, unreasonable in any sense. They're sort of just listening and agreeing. Oh, wow, you did that? Cool. Oh, tell us more, but if it was a guy there and let's just say he was red pill or whatever, or, as much as I disagree with dating coaches, these dating roaches, if he was a dating roach up there, or if he was a guy like myself, Volcel, MGTOW, they'd be booing us. The host, Megan Kelly, she'd be like, oh, but why do you have these beliefs? Don't you think that these beliefs are disgusting? And don't you think you should be ashamed of yourself? If it was the man that was getting interviewed and he was red pill or a dating coach or a MGTOW or whatever, they'd be grilling him. But when it's a woman, wow, girl, you're so brave.
You can't love the Yankees and the Red Sox. Period. Thank you so much, Robin. All the best. Thank you guys as well. We'll be right back.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our...
All right, then there it is. So yeah, guys, This is the majority of marriages. Eventually over time, not right away, okay? Because a lot of people, they've been married for 3-4 years and they're like, everything's great. I don't know what you're talking about. Not right away. Around, the 8 to 12 year mark, around there, women get very bored and they want to pull the plug and ruin your life. Or they want to go out and experiment, do stuff, because eventually over time, nothing you do keeps them happy. And they're addicted to chasing excitement and being happy. All right. So, guys, make sure to comment, like, share, subscribe. Check me out on Instagram. And I'll see you on the next one. Love you guys. And I'm out.